Hi everybody, my name is Sababel and welcome to my little corner of the internet where I talk about everything from personal development, mindset and faith. And on today's session, I want to bring up something that's been so heavy on my heart. It's been a discussion that I've had with family, friends, people in my community and even myself. And it is to not count yourself out. Have you ever been in a situation where you have suddenly had a dream or a vision for something or something that you want to go and start, and as soon as you get excited, pounce. This voice inside your head is so loud and it gives you every single reason as to why you shouldn't do what you want to go and do. It can be really annoying, right? And I've had to deal with that myself, because when I put myself in that situation, or when I'm in that situation, when I want to go and start something new, it's like every single thing that I've done since I was a baby comes up as to why I'm not worthy, or why I'm not able, or if I'm not capable of doing that. And it totally just takes away the passion, takes away the interest, takes away that fire that was initially in me, and then I just don't do it. And I find that so annoying, and I probably believe that you think the same thing as well. So I want to go and list out 3 reasons why you shouldn't count yourself out of your big dreams, your passions, and the goals in which you have set out for this year, or do you know what, wherever life is calling you, wherever you are at. Maybe it isn't a yearly or a long-term goal, it's just something that you want to go and start. Step 1, the reason why you shouldn't count yourself out is because that you have that passion for a reason. I'm not trying to say that every single thing that comes into your head, every single idea that you imagine is going to be this winning idea. I don't believe that. However, when you have a desire inside of your heart and it keeps coming back again, and so maybe you thought about it today and then you talked yourself out of it, maybe you shared it with friends, you shared it with family, they might not like your idea, and then conversation is dead. It just obviously is finished. And then it pops back into your head a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, a year later. That is something that you should really be paying attention to. And the reason why it's probably popping up again, or it's a reoccurring thought, it's because it's something that you're supposed to do. It's something that you're meant to do. Whether it be long term, whether it's going to last, nobody knows. But the reason why you have that inkling to start it is because that your soul is telling you that's the direction that you should be going to. Your soul is telling you that that is something which is going to be an open door, something which is going to lead you to a different path in life, something which is going to break a bad habit, or something which is going to be a building block for you to become something bigger than you are right now. And sometimes we count ourselves out because you've not had that experience before. And you say to yourself, well, I've never been X, Y, and Z. I don't have anyone in my family to kind of relate to or to draw that information from. Or I've never been, a baker. I've never started my own business before. Or I've never launched something before. And it's because you haven't got that experience, you think that is your number one reason as to why you shouldn't start this thing up. But whatever that is, the reason why you have that passion or reoccurring thought is because that maybe you're supposed to be the first person in your family to start it. Maybe you're supposed to be the blueprint for other people to follow. Maybe there is something within you that you've gone through before and you need to go and share out that wisdom out to the world. And that is why you keep having that reoccurring thought as to why you want to start that up. And even if it's something really small and you don't think it's something big, maybe this goal is just for you. Not everything is for the world. Not everything is to share out. Not everything is to be for somebody else. Some things are just solely just for yourself, for the building of you, for the making of you, for you to become a better person. And so you should never count yourself out just because you've never done something. It's because that you always have to start from somewhere to get somewhere. If you're not afraid of looking silly or looking like an amateur, you're never going to be a masterpiece. You're never going to be an expert. There's so many people out there who started with nothing. And if you look back, even like celebrities, like a couple of weeks ago, I was looking at a really old video of Kerry Washington, and it was a crazy video. If I find the link, I'll put it within the video. And she had an egg and she like cracked it on her head, and it was cringing. Even when I watched it, I was laughing, but I found it funny because I was just like, wow, this was Kerry Washington. Look how big she is now. There's no way that I can see herself getting an egg and then cracking it open. Like it was actually a really funny video. But where is she at now? She is a well-known actress. She has won multiple awards. She has done amazing movies in which we all love. And it all started from her just being cringy, for her just doing something that she wasn't great at, but she knew that she had a passion to do. And I think that obviously in her background, her parents they weren't actors. She didn't have anybody to draw from, but yet that was a passion in which she had, and she pursued it. And the fact that she's pursued it has led obviously to greatness over time. The second reason as to why you shouldn't count yourself out, because if you're anything like me, I'm a perfectionist. I try not to be a perfectionist, but yeah, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. But the issue about being a perfectionist is that it robs you of starting. It robs you of the future because you are so concerned about what's happening now. All of the things in which you have to align. Until you have everything aligned, you're not going to start. And that's just not possible. I have wasted so much time, and you probably have as well, waiting for everything in your life to align, for everything in your life to be perfect, for everything in your life to make sense before you start something. But that is just not life. Like, think of life as a circle and divide it into 6 different sections. And you're waiting for every single one of these sections to be at 100%. Maybe, so let's just hypothetical speaking, you've got 5 of those sections that are 100%, but you're waiting for the 6th section to be at 100%. But you finally get there. You finally get there. All of your ducks in a row, all of the 6 sections are at 100%. But as soon as you get to the 6th section, the 3rd and the 4th drop off. What would you do then? And then you wait for the 3rd and the 4th to get back to 100%. Then they get back to 100%, and then 1, 5, and 6, they drop off. And that's just life. You're never going to be in a situation where everything is all aligned. You're never going to be in a situation where everything is just smooth sailing, where everything in your life is just perfect. That's just not how life works. When you enter one season, there's always going to be a season which is going to be in transition, or it's going to be falling off, or you're going to be getting into a new season. And so if you wait for everything to be perfect, you're going to be waiting a really long time, and it would have just been wasted years. And the thing about perfection is that it doesn't account the fact that you have tried. Like, there's a saying that, I don't know if it's a real saying, but I say it to myself. Perfection is like writing a whole book, publishing it, getting sales, but you still feel as if it wasn't good enough because you missed a couple of dots on your I's. You totally forget the fact that you've just written a book, you've published it, it's getting sales, people are buying it, but you are so annoyed at yourself because you just missed out a couple of dots on the I. And that's what perfection does. It robs you of all of the things in which you have done so far. You wait until everything is perfect before you actually launch, before you actually dive in, before you start something, before you create something. You won't publish it because things look messy. You won't start off, I don't know, losing weight or eating right or saving money because you're waiting to be paid more. Or you're waiting for, I don't know, for you to actually get small, like lose a couple of pounds before going to the gym, whatever it is. But it robs you because life is a journey. And I hate it myself. I hate it when it sounds so cliche when people tell me, or when I read up, that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I get so annoyed because I'm just like, I really just want to get to the journey. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start to get to the finish line. And how you start, who you are at the beginning of starting something, is not who you're going to be. You're not going to be the same person at the end of that journey. It's because you're going to have to evolve. You're going to have to get better. You're going to have to shed some things. You're going to have to pick some things up. And so there's no point in waiting. There's no point in waiting. Like, I think of celebrities now, which I'm just so amazed by. And I'm just thinking, if they waited for their conditions to be right, or for their situation to be great before starting, we wouldn't have what we have right now. Take it, Morgan Freeman, Samuel L. Jackson. They did not make it big in Hollywood until their 40s. Like, just imagine. But they were obviously trying to break in way before that, but their breakthrough came in their 40s. If they told themselves that I'm too old, I'm this old black guy, 40 is too old, who's going to accept me? There's so many other upcoming artists who's younger, who have great bodies, who knows people, who's going to give me a chance? We wouldn't have these great actors on the screen now. What about if J.K. Rowling said to herself that she's a single mother and a divorcee? That's the reason why I shouldn't start this off. Maybe I'll wait until, I don't know, I get married again, or this condition changes or sorts itself out. Then I will start writing out the outlines of my book. She didn't. She was on her way to work and she wrote it on that train every single day for 5 years before it being published and before it being well known. If Vera Rang said to herself that, I'm 40, who am I? I've tried obviously this industry before, I did not make it, I'm not gonna bother. But she pursued, she persevered, she pushed through, and she is who she is today. Like, I want a wedding dress from her. But they could have told themselves that I'm not going to start. I'm going to wait for things to get better. I'm going to wait for my finances to get better, or my situation to get better, or X, Y, and Z to kind of look better. And then I will do what I need to go and do. They did not think of that. They just said, I need to start because I have a passion within me. And that's what you need to do. You're going to become a different person at the end of the day. So why don't you start now? The last bit of why you shouldn't count yourself out is because you're always going to have reasons not to start. You're always going to have reasons not to start. You're always going to have this crazy voice in your head that tells you that you are not good enough, and list all of the things that you've done wrong in the past, all of the things that you tried and failed again, all of the people that don't believe in you, all of the people that are laughing at you. It's going to list every single thing, and it won't miss a detail. It will not miss a detail. It will tell you absolutely every reason as to why you shouldn't do what you want to go and do. But all of the things that you have gotten wrong, all the things that you have failed at, all of the things in which you have not been able to launch or did really badly at, they're not evidence to not doing what you need to go and do. They're not evidence to why you shouldn't pursue what you need to pursue, or what you want to pursue, or to ignite your dream, or to try. Like, sometimes we think to ourselves, because our voices, and they're not lying to us, when we have that critic in our minds, they're not necessarily lying to us, they're telling us facts. These are the things that we have gotten wrong. These are the things that we have failed at. These are the things that we have not got right. These are the things that, we're terrible at, our insecurities or our flaws or our weak points. It's not lying to you, it's telling you something which is a fact, but it's missing something else. It's missing the fact that it does not know who you're supposed to become in the future. It does not know who you will be. It does not know the future that has been created for you. It does not know what God has planned for your life already. It just states the fact, the past all the time. And so if you are somebody that, you're counting yourself out because you believe that you're not worthy of it, or that you have too many insecurities, or you have too many flaws, or you have too many, short ends, I can't even remember saying right now, that is not a reason to count yourself out. If you have a big dream, or if you have a passion in your life, go for it. Life is to try. And I think that sometimes in a society where we want to get everything right in the beginning, you don't want to look stupid, you don't want to look silly, you don't want people to laugh at you. We believe that if we try, we must get it right the first time. Keep doing it until it becomes something. Keep doing it until it breeds something new, until it flourishes, until it blooms, and just keep on the race. And so I've learned that I have to keep on pushing through whenever I want something. If my voice is telling me the reasons why I shouldn't, I just talk back to myself and you know what, these are the reasons why I should. And it's just simply because I want to. I have this passion, it's not going away, and I rather do it and fail than live in the regret and I've never tried. And so this is just a reminder that if you do want to try something new, do not count yourself out. Do not count yourself out of the race. Do not count yourself out of your passions. Do not count yourself out of something new because of all of the different reasons that I've listed out here and probably more, and just press on. So I hope that these points have helped you to not count yourself out, because to be honest, you're going to be amongst so many people. You're not the only one who has gone through various situations. Like, look at celebrities and look at their history before they became known. They have gone through so many different jobs. They've changed avenues so many different times. They've gotten things wrong. Like, we know people even in our lives, like maybe you've got family and friends who have not got things right, and yet they still pivoted. They still, tried something new, and it was their breakthrough. And so have that courage, be brave, and count yourself as worthy, and press on to what you need to do. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.